You hear about mass shootings happening around the nation, but what you rarely hear about are the ones that didn't happen, that were prevented. About 2 years ago, this Colorado high school was the location for a potential mass shooting.
There are more interventions than there are mass shootings.
Kevin Klein, the director of the Colorado Division of Homeland Security, says in just the last year, the FBI has prevented 150 mass shootings across the country because of threat assessment and prevention.
That doesn't include what happens on a day-to-day basis in local law enforcement. That doesn't include what happens in the mental health provider community. Or social services.
The reason, he says, is because people who carry out or plan to carry out attacks usually tip us off. Homeland Security reports that in 81% of mass shooting cases, the offenders told somebody about their plans. In 59% of the cases, the shooter told more than one person.
It's not that people snapped, they decided. And when you look at what went on beforehand, there was preparation.
And alerting authorities when you hear something is the key. Just 8 miles away from here is a school America knows all too well, Columbine High School. After the shooting took place there, local law enforcement decided to create a program called Text a Tip. That program is the same program that prevented this school from having a mass shooting.
So the public is what we rely on to help us prevent these bad things from happening.
If you have a concern, say something.
Dr. Russell Palaria is the president of the Association of Threat Assessment Professionals. He agrees with Klein that tips from the public are essential to preventing deadly attacks.
Once we've determined if there is, in fact, a concern for violence risk, we design management strategies to try to help that person solve their problems.
The program includes counseling, taking part in community service, having friends and family do weekly check-ins, and working with a school tutor weekly. But even when their strategy succeeds, the process is still a challenge.
But it's an ongoing and continuous process. It's not a one-shot deal. We need to continually work with these folks to find pro-social ways to manage their stress and resolve their problems. Otherwise, some folks will revert back to their violent tendencies and ultimately commit attacks.